Hey, Drakarian, how you doing? Oh, hang on.
Bertir Trumad, you are on Olmanawi.
Yes, yes, I am. Why don't you want to speak to me about your High King?
Bertir Trumad. Bertir Trumad. Why are you wearing the same clothes as a Renaigse? Esquetu.
Good day on Olmanawi.
Good day. Can I pray? Unless they're outside of the village, like just on the outskirts. That's probably the only spot left. Or inside another one of these buildings, unlikely. Oh, why? No one was up the top. Game's amazing. I explore pretty much as I can. I think we're like gonna hit over 50 hours in the story easily soon. I don't know if the story's enough to do a second playthrough, but there's another 2 classes you can start as for combat. And I kind of want to see how they play, so that might be enough to do like partial playthrough. Although there are some choices that would lead to different things, so I could definitely do those parts. Combat's really good, yeah. I'm really enjoying the combat in it. Unless there's someone around here, maybe. Or we start looking. Or we can start looking. If we hit that node up, we either find someone or we don't, I guess. Actually, this is the first... in all the gameplay, this is the first time that I've been a bit lost of where to go. It's fairly straightforward. Find the person, like follow the icons type of stuff. Which is nice sometimes, but... they're saying find the cave. And no one knows where it is, so I think we just need to... Maybe it's this one. Maybe it is the cave up here. Right. Yeah. Like most of because we're end game, most of the animals don't stand a chance. So we'll sort of stop and forward it. I've been on for about 8 hours. Normally I start wrapping up around about now, but I'm at a point of the story that I want to sort of push forward a bit. And on sort of Friday and Saturday, I stream longer. I only do RPG stuff at the end of the stream. I normally like slay the spire for got him for the first 6 hours. Oh, that's a skill point. Let's get that. Oh, I mean, it is a skill point. Yeah, every day. So we'll kick off with some card games and generally just sort of chat and chill. It's when most of the people are here. And then I get a couple hours of RPG time. So I'm planning on... I want to finish this off before Star Wars comes out. How do I get down into there? Oh, I don't think it's down in there. I think it's up and around. Stealthy, sneaky, sneaky. Or in through the rocks. They're bats? Please don't be bats. I hate the bats. We've maxed out our skill trees in the areas that I want, so I don't really see the point of spending skill trees elsewhere, like, because we're not going to use it. So, like, the skill tree is pretty big, but I'm not going to multi-class down into something. Cool, well, I'll probably only have another half an hour, maybe a little bit longer today. But yeah, probably about 2 hours ago. Tomorrow. There'll definitely be more as we push on towards the end of it. It might start to get a bit spoilery if you're starting to pick it up, but if you just sort of, I don't know, want to watch the combat or ask some questions or something and stay out of the story parts of it, I'm happy to have a chat. Right, that's a travel point. I don't want to go all the way over here. Oh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah, there is a I did earlier before the stream. I was checking out some guides on, because I'm already happy with the way we built and we just went pure magic. I was checking out some weird builds for multi-class where someone went like firearms and magic, or like traps and melee. You know, like going opposite sides of the chart, and it looked really cool to do stuff like that. It would cost a lot more points. And you wouldn't get as strong with that one, but, you know, like, you play to fun, right? I wish I knew where this person was. I don't really like the idea of leaving. Oh, hang on, what's that? Oh, that's Finbar's abode. We went in there. The combat has a little bit of... I really liked how they did it. When you start out, there's only you and Kurt, the guy here. And so it's more about working out how you can put combat in your favor. So when you're up against, you know, against 3 or 4 people, how you can control that. And then once you sort of work that out, depending on your build, it looks a lot overpowered. And I think a lot of people see me playing, they're like, oh, it's really overpowered. Well, I'm at the end of the game, so I'm much higher level than the stuff that we're just sort of coming across usually. But also I've worked out how to do most of it based on the composition of the team. There's other players you can pick from as well. So we've got, what do we got here? There's like 5 enemies here. We must get us some stealth attack in. That one even died. So we'll just throw out a couple of stuns. Actually, I'm gonna... Let's drop a storm. A lot of stun.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Magic left. Okay, potions. Not bad, so much I didn't realise there's another one there. You don't have as bigger packs you go up against in the early game, though. I wouldn't mind doing a partial start again with a melee class, because you can change from primary to secondary weapons in combat, which is supposed to be really good. Action buttons. They've got an active pause, so you can like you set your own bindings, so you can use the bindings for the combination. So like right trigger with the D-pad, I can magic heal with. So you can set all your things to be bound. You can as well with mouse and keyboard as well if that's how you want to play. Or you can like this. This is actively paused, so I could pick Storm from there, and then as soon as I pick it, it will come out of pause and just cast it. Although I've just used up my legendary. Back up again. Yeah, so you'd be using similar controls as I am. It's been really smooth too. There's been a very rarely, I mean, I've probably counted on, I reckon it's between 5 and 10 times, probably not even that, probably closer to just 5, where I've come across a pack that has sort of evaded combat and reset. You get that in a lot of games though. It's only been a couple times of this. Yeah, the game looks phenomenal. The only downside that I would critique it on is that the night cycle is a little bit too dark. It's definitely playable, but like I find myself really trying to focus at night or in play when it's in caves and stuff. Stupid turkey. But other than that, like that's only being nitpicky. Like the actual world is and the enemies. Like we've got them. Can I cross here? I think so. He's not going to like this. He's going to see me.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
These are fairly low. They've only got 3 armor, so... Oh, I'm on PC. Well, you could just adjust the brightness at nighttime, but you'd be constantly going back and forth, upping the brightness. And I think if you up the brightness, it would be too bright during the day. It's kind of realistic, though. Like, it is dark at night, right? Nighttime's dark. That's what happens. Ooh, let's go back. Yeah, I'm playing on PC with gamepad. It'd be interesting to see what the difference is on the consoles. We're gonna have to attack these. That guy's gonna see us. I might get a stealth in. Nah. Oh, funny. Oh.
I can't hold on much longer.
I got you, Kurt. I got you.
You're running out of energy.
No, he charged me good. I'm going to get to the end of this path and it's not going to be here. I'm going to be sad. But the island they've built is so good. Get the turkey. Yeah. Some iron. Yeah, there's heaps of different potions you can use. But down in the magic track, I've got a healing spell, and then you can spec further into it, and it becomes a party healing. And then you spec further into it, and it does partial shielding and increases armor. Yeah, the boss fights are amazing. The boss fights, feel like Souls-like bosses. Just the way the combat is with them, where you're sort of like reading their moves and either you're healing up your allies or stunning the boss. The boss only stuns for a couple of seconds though, but it's just enough sometimes to get off a heal or move out of the way of a big attack. We took on a very what was supposed to be a late game boss early, and I used like 50 potions, and it took like I think like 10-15 minutes, and we just whittled it down, and it wasn't until much later, mainly because chat egged me on to go do it, because you can't see the levels or anything. And it wasn't until later someone came back and they're like, oh, apparently that thing's like really late game. I'm like, oh well, you know, we powered through. I had to use it like half a dozen resuscitation potions, so it pulled my party members out of death. It was just fun, you know. Hey, Drew Karen, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, man. Much love, dude. Appreciate it.
Speak, savage. What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you?
I am going to say, who are you?
Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know.
Oh, that sounds like someone from Ludo
The sooner you
Ominous.
speak, the sooner this will be over with.
We're not alone. We'd better be discreet if we want to keep the element of surprise.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted
You're welcome, man.
teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us.
Oh, I hate you guys.
You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto.
Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You
Yeah, that's
remind
fair.
me of that rat
You
my
really
master
should.
was studying.
Alright, see you
The
tomorrow.
creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that,
Intervene now. I've heard enough.
These monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
Yep.
If we act now, we'll certainly have to fight them. But if we wait until nightfall, we should be able to set her free discreetly. It's your decision.
Fudge. It's gonna be down that way, okay. We need to it's the worst thing, we need to keep up relations with Hikmet. But if we don't... Okay, how do we get in there from there? Where do we have to get around? It's going to be through the forest that way. Okay. This is a tough call. I think we have to wait till nightfall. Although I don't like the idea of keeping that girl that had her captured alive. We've got to get in there. Let's go in there. You got some explaining to do, boyo. Yeah, these guys aren't really going to stand a chance. Boss lady maybe though.
Halt! Who goes there? But I recognize this face. Lord de Sardet. What a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
These people are monsters. They just tortured a woman, and then they say hello, as if it were nothing.
I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her this way.
Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we wanted. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their bodies. We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them Onol-Manawi.
Yes, we know this.
And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard talk of a cavern of knowledge. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them. And certainly all the secrets that interest
Can't
us.
just take them
We
from
discovered
them.
one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter. But as you have witnessed, she refuses to tell us how. To know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon, and to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us aggressive.
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let us handle
No.
this. She will give in at some point.
Have you already forgotten all that you owe me? Without me, you would all be locked away in deranged jails or likely even dead. I took you for sages and doctors, but you are nothing more than a gang of skin flayers. You have made me regret my actions.
It is true that we indeed owe you our lives, but all this knowledge, ripe for the
It's
picking.
not yours.
No knowledge justifies treating anyone this way.
Free her now! We shall leave. Nothing more holds us here.
Whoa. Get out.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters.
Yes, they are.
But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed
Because I'm
me?
not a monster.
We were told at Wen Shavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vinbar.
I wish I knew where he was right now. He bid me farewell weeks ago and he has not returned. I waited a long time and then I came here. To enter into the Cavern of Knowledge.
You believe this is where he's hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. I'm hoping to find answers. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me.
Oh, cool.
The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north.
I can't believe those jerks were doing that. Oh, it doesn't pause. Alright. Oh man, okay. We got a little bit of overtime. We can keep going. You're supposed to be... I'm supposed to be following you. Run, run faster, please. Oh, we're gonna be kind. She has been tied up and beaten, so... maybe she can't quite run as fast as we would like. Sit. No, that's my tea.
Here is the entrance to the Cavern of Knowledge. I hope that Vinbar has left a
Sparkle, how you
clue to
doing?
where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the
my
one
Deutsch.
who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The Caverns of Knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Doneigada have the right to enter.
But you're not a Denegad. Is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
We won't tell her
Put
that
your
we've let
fears to
ourselves into
rest.
these caves before.
We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow
seed.
me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements so many times.
Not with a seed. So dark. There we go. Okay, no bats.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he's walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar, why did you not share this with me?
Okay. Is there no light? Oh, hang on. How do we get up here? I can't climb it? Oh, no. Hang on. That way. Okay. No bats, no bats. No bats. Bless RNG, no bats.